I know you've heard of the Cold War, unless you made an error. Well, it had a nickname called the Balance of Terror. You see, it wasn't exactly normal, not a traditional world war. Mutual suspicion and distrust, that's what was at the core. The two sides at odds, both considered superpowers, were the US and Soviet Union, and for 40 years they glowered. Capitalist versus communist, good versus evil. Call it what you want, it was quite an upheaval. Because where there's power, there will be pain. Where there's strength, there's something to gain. Countries will fight and people will roar. Tensions will rise just like in the Cold War. Now remember, this war's name is not about germs. It wasn't flu season, it's just a term. So after some bombs were splayed in World War II, everyone started working to show that they had power too. They wanted to be in charge, to run the whole world. But thanks to Beyonce, we all know the answer's girls. Besides weapons and nuclear bombs came another type of race. This one involved missions to see who could get to space. Where there's power, there will be pain. Where there's strength, there's something to gain. Countries will fight and people will roar. Tensions will rise just like in the Cold War. A name to remember, you probably didn't forget. Harry S. Truman, former U.S. Pres. 1947, he wanted to give aid to Turkey and Greece. So he came up with this thing called the Truman Doctrine, and his heart grew 3 sizes that day apparently. Truman also came up with a policy called containment. Don't challenge established communists, prevent new ones was the arrangement. So the Soviet Union and the US of A each wanted their own security zone. They wanted North Korea, Central Asia, and the Middle East. We wanted Western Europe, Latin America, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, and Asia Southeast. Both sides were trying to secure their future. They wanted to be safe just in case. No one wanted to go from winner to loser. So they didn't trust and put up games. 'Cause where there's power, there will be pain. And where there's strength, there's something to gain. Countries will fight and people will roar. Tensions will rise just like in the Cold War. There are 2 more big points I can't forget to mention. If I left them out, I might get detention. 1949 brought something called NATO. Stands for North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Well, the Soviet Union countered in 1955. The Warsaw Pact displayed their irritation. And I can't forget what happened in '62. Missiles in Cuba caused quite a standoff. It was aptly named the Cuban Missile Crisis. An agreement was made and then it was hands off. In 1991 the Soviet Union collapsed and the end of the war came. It turned out well, but for a while it was rough. That's just the name of the game. Because where there's power, there will be pain. Where there's strength, there's something to gain. Countries will fight and people will roar. Tensions will